Good afternoon. My name is John Marceno, and this is Probate Matters, sponsored by Advanced My Inheritance. So, on today's video, we're going to talk specifically about multi-million-dollar estates. So, if you're an heir that's receiving at least $1 million or more, and you're trapped in the probate process, we can help you. So, if you're trying to access funds but you're stuck in the probate process and it just seems to be continuing, forever. We've seen them go for, 18 to 24 months and sometimes up to, 3 or 4 years. These cases tend to be much more complicated. As you can imagine, there's more assets, there's more properties. There could be potentially, lingering trusts that are what I've seen where part of the money is in a trust and part of the money or part of the assets didn't make it into the trust. And so it winds up being a very complicated matter for the attorneys and the trustees in order to get to final distribution. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, I've seen, unfortunately, over the last few years, the trend I've seen is where many folks thought that the trust was complete, and only to find out that their loved one, the decedent, hadn't actually finished finalizing the trust. They had full intention of doing it. They actually talked to their attorney. They started the process, but unfortunately, from one complication or another, they winded up passing away before the trust was completed. In other words, not all the assets made it in there. They didn't name all the beneficiaries. They didn't sign the trust and fully execute it. And so all of a sudden, you find yourself where you thought you were part of a trust, you thought everything had been taken care of. Now all of a sudden, everybody's scrambling. The trustees or now have to be executors instead of trustees because the trust wasn't completed. Now all of a sudden they find themselves in a probate case. They find themselves dealing with, a lot more complicated legal issues than they had anticipated. They have to go through the court process. They have to, abide by the sort of the waiting game or the claims period. And so if you find yourself in that situation where you're getting a substantial amount and you need the funds now, you may need $200 or $300 or $400 or even up to $500,000. Well, we deal with that every single day. Also, if you find yourself where you're in that same situation, but you are in a trust, we can help you with that as well. Now, there's some things that we need to do, and obviously reviewing the trust is sort of paramount in making sure that we understand exactly how it's set up. But in many cases, even if you're in a trust, we're able to help you access those funds. Sometimes trust, even though they're set up properly and they get everything in the way they need to legally, it still takes time to get your money. Sometimes we see the exact same thing on trust where, the person's just not getting the money for 12 months or 18 months or, some prescribed, sort of age, that the decedent had put down. So you could be, all of a sudden you find yourself, you're, 23, but you don't get the money till you're 25. We may be able to help you with that. Or you're 38 and the last distribution, which is going to be, 400 or 500 grand, happens when you turn 40. Or when, some sort of arbitrary date that's put in there that you're not too far off of, but you need the money now and you can't wait that 12 or 18 or 24 months that you still have ahead of you. So if you're sitting in a trust and you need help, or if you're sitting in a very large estate that has found itself into the probate process, give us a call. We are absolutely able to help you and look forward to it. Again, my name is John Marceno. This is Probate Matters, again, sponsored by Advanced My Inheritance. If you like this video, please subscribe, and we look forward to bringing you more content in the future. Thank you.